Die heb ik niet gezien. Of is die ook daar in die tempel?
Ja, dat denk ik wel.
Ja.
Now, as we cross the bridge, my friends, if you look over on your left-hand side, you'll see a beautiful building there in the distance with a green dome. That's called the Customs House, designed by the master architect, James Gandon, in the 1700s. We're going to see a lot of his work as we make our way along. James Gandon. He's quite an interesting guy, you know. He carried a sword with him everywhere. Sometimes I want to carry a sword with me on the bus. Just kidding, I'd never do that. Maybe. So here's a little piece of the Dubliners to get you in the mood while waiting for the lights here. This one is called Finnegan's Wake.
Tim Finnegan lived in Walking Street. That gentleman Irish quite beyond. He had a brown boat rich and sweet. Had to rise in the water and he carried a horn. But Tim would have been to a timorous way. Well, I love the liquor he was born. And it sent the money the way he stayed. And love of the great colour of a reborn. Why to the love when he left the apartment around the blow just mother's gate. Isn't it the truth? I tell you, lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake. Now one morning Tim was rather full. His head got heavy with fatal shake. He fell off the ladder and he broke his skull. Then they carried him home, he's carved away. Oh, they wrapped him up in a nice big sheet. They laid him out upon the bed. With a bundle of whiskey at his feet and a bottle of porter at his head. Whack for the down, he left the apartment around the blow just mother's gate. Isn't it the truth? I tell you, lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake.
Lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake. The Dubliners there. Now, coming in on your left-hand side is Dublin's oldest educational establishment, and it's called Trinity College. This was established in the year 1592 by Queen Elizabeth I. A lot of great writers have gone through those doors throughout the years, such as Oscar Wilde, the very famous Irish writer, poet and playwright. He was in here. So was Jonathan Swift, author of the book Gulliver's Travels, and Bram Stoker, the author of the book Dracula. All attended here on your left. Now, if you go through those doors, my friends, you're going to find the Book of Kells. The Book of Kells is an ancient Irish manuscript written in the year 800 by Irish monks, detailing the life of Christ according to the four Gospels: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. It took 75 years to complete this masterpiece, and it's written in the Latin language. Now, if you're in the campus later on, guys, look out for a statue in there of a gentleman called George Salmon. You see, George Salmon is famous for his quotes, but I think his most famous quote is in 1904, when people asked him if ladies could one day attend Trinity College. Well, he turned around in anger and he said, "Over my dead body will ladies attend Trinity College." Wow. You gotta be very careful what you wish for, my friend, because he dropped dead in 1904 of natural causes, the very year ladies attended Trinity College for the first time. A bit of karma justice there for Mr. Salmon, I think. Now, straight ahead is Grafton Street, the main shopping district on the south side of the city. It's your right-hand side of a street called Suffolk Street. That's where you get Pacino's restaurant, a 2-for-1 meal deal in there with your Big Buzz ticket. Molly Malone statue is located down there also. They say if you kiss the Molly Malone statue, you'll get the look of the Irish. Well, I'll leave it up to you guys to decide which part you actually need to kiss. Right-hand side is a street called Dawson Street. Lots of restaurants and bars up there. Left-hand side is an entry point into the Trinity College. Up ahead on your right is Kilkenny Design, a famous Irish gift shop. They serve food and they have restrooms. It's nice. Stop number 2. Lots of places to explore here. Trinity College, Grafton Street, Pacino's Restaurant, Kilkenny Design, Dawson Street, and many, many, many more. Stop 2. See ya. Okay, left-hand side are the playing fields of Trinity College. There's Kilkenny Design there on your right. So the cafe upstairs. Now the street coming in on your right hand side is called Kildare Street. That's where you'll find the National Museum of Archaeology and the National Library. Both are free admission. Now here's a little tip for you, my good friends. Any museum or gallery you see with the word national in front, it means that it's property of the Irish government and completely free to enter. That's a nice deal. Now, any James Joyce fans on board the bus today? No. Well, if there was, they'd notice Finn's Hotel on your left-hand side. See, James Joyce, the very famous Irish writer, that's where he met his wife. Her name was Nora Barnacle. What a name. I heard she stuck around for quite a long time. And she was the inspiration behind his famous book called Ulysses. Stop number 3. Okay, we're going to enter a stretch of roadway called Lincoln Place. Does anybody know why it's called Lincoln Place? I mean, who do we know in history with the name Lincoln?
Abraham.
This lady down here is very sharp. She knows the cracker. That's right, madam. Abraham Lincoln. Named out of respect for the great United States President of America, lived in the 1800s. So this place has been named Lincoln Place since then by the Dublin City Council. Now, as we go around the bend, keep your eyes peeled on the left-hand side and you will see Kennedy's Pub coming into view with a picture of Oscar Wilde on the wall. There he is, look. See him? On the left. And that's because Oscar Wilde was born in this street here on your left-hand side on Westland Road, number 21 Westland Road. Now, Oscar was famous for his book, The Picture of Dorian Gray. He also has many famous quotes, such as, "We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars." And some people cause happiness wherever they go, and others whenever they go. One of my favorite quotes is, "Be yourself, everyone else already taken." And ladies are meant to be loved, not understood. This one though, I think this is the best one. He said, "Beauty captures your attention, but personality captures your heart." I love that one. What do you guys think of that one? No? You don't like that one? Okay, try it. Oscar Wilde said, "I can resist anything except temptation." And Oscar Wilde said, "Everything in moderation, including moderation." If you look on the left-hand side is the American College of Dublin, and that's where also Oscar lived for many years. He also... Wait a minute, there he is on the left-hand side. I can't believe it, sitting on the rock. It's Oscar Wilde. We're going to have to pull him. I can't believe he's here. Stop number 4. You want to go over and talk to him? This is the stop for you. You might hear one of his famous quotes. Stop number 4 for the genius writer. His name is Oscar, and he's sitting on a rock. Nobody wants to go see Oscar?
Sorry.
No.
Ah, poor Oscar. You might hear one of his famous quotes. Okay, next one. You know, he once said that memory is the diary that we all carry around with us. And always borrow money from pessimists because they won't expect it back. Now, coming in on your right hand side, quite a number of buildings of interest. The first one is the National Art Gallery. Free admission. Paintings from Caravaggio, Monet and Manet, Pablo Picasso, Johannes Vermeer, Rembrandt, Van Gogh, and many more. My favorite painting is in there. It's called The Taking of Christ, a masterpiece by Caravaggio, the 1600s. Next up, Leinster House, the largest clown college in the whole world. I'm just kidding, that's where the Irish government resides. That is the Irish Parliament building. It's also known as the Big Circus or the Freak Show, because these days that's all it really is, sadly. Stop number 5 is here. This is your last chance if you want to go down and talk to Oscar. He's still down there sitting on the rock. I don't know how long he's going to be there for. This is also your first call for O'Donoghue's, traditional Irish music bar up ahead on your right. O'Donoghue's. Stop number 5. Now look at that grand building on your right hand side, the big black gates. That is the department of the Taoiseach. Does anybody know what that word Taoiseach means? No. That's okay. It means it's the Irish word for chieftain or leader. So basically that's where the Irish Prime Minister resides. Now he would be like the top clown of the whole circus we just passed by a few moments ago. And it is a circus in there, believe me. The last Taoiseach resigned. He couldn't handle the pressure. So this new Taoiseach wasn't even elected by the people of Ireland. He was elected by the circus of clowns in-house. You just push this guy to the front and say, here's your new Taoiseach, enjoy. They call him the TikTok Taoiseach because he spends more time on TikTok than he does addressing any issue in the country. There's a general election coming up this month, I think, at the end of the month. But we have absolutely no opposition in there at all, so I think we're pretty much screwed either way. Left-hand side, the Marion Hotel, the #1 destination for a lot of A-listers, like Bruce Springsteen, Garrett Brooks, Rihanna, Ed Sheeran, the Rolling Stones, Metallica, Guns N' Roses, AC/DC, Bill Clinton spent a night or two in there. Everybody's been in there. Except me, I've never been in there. I do want to go in one day, it looks nice. Right beside the Marion Hotel is the Marion Restaurant, a Michelin star restaurant. Now that's also the birthplace of a gentleman called Arthur Wellesley. He defeated Napoleon in the Battle of Waterloo in 1850. Okay, so the next set of lights, guys, we're taking a left-hand turn. Stop number 6 is just around the corner. Now, at the next junction to your right, there's a street called Marion Row, and that's where O'Donoghue's is located. That's the famous traditional Irish music bar where the Dubliners started out in 1962. Now, I'm going to play a song by the Dubliners now to take us around to the next stop. For stop number 6, the Little Museum of Dublin, and also O'Donoghue's. This one is called The Wild Rover.
I've been a wild rover for many a year. I've spent all my money on whiskey and beer. But now I'm returning with golden big store. And I never will pay the wild rover no more, and it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. I went into an alehouse I used to frequent. I told the landlady me money was spent. I asked her for bread and she answered me nay. Such custom as yours I can have any day, and it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more.
Stop number 6, second call for O'Donoghue's. Thanks. Thanks. Okay, my friends, it's time to get your cameras ready, because we're now in the Georgian area of Dublin City, and the most photographed door in Ireland is coming up to view on your right hand side in a few moments. So take your cameras ready and get ready to update your gallery. So this area is called the Georgian area because all these buildings you see were built during the reign of the 4 consecutive King Georges, the United Kingdom, in the 1700s and 1800s. The reason why the windows get smaller as they get higher is due to the window tax, the high tax on glass. That's their way of saving money. It's also where the term daylight robbery came from. There it is on the right hand side, guys, number 46. The most photographed door in Ireland. Definitely one for the gallery. Because this door is special, guys. This is not a Georgian door. No, sir. This is an Edwardian door. This door was built to facilitate King Edward's visit to Ireland in 1907. Because royalty only entered through double doors. Isn't that very nice? Most photographed door in Ireland right there. Now I'm going to show you another little bonus, guys. You see number 46, but look closely now at number 44 on the ground level. If you look very, very closely, you might see a lion in the window.
Oh, wow.
See him? That's a real lion there. I have no idea why he's there. I just thought it was worth mentioning.
Maar ik begrijp niet. Begreep je hem steeds? Ja, straks. Oké, ja. Ik hoor het wel steeds kleiner, maar ik begrijp ook niet waarom het steeds.
What I've done, and when asked them to pardon their prodigal son, and when they caressed me along the high street
Yes, indeed, that was the sound of the Dubliners, the Wild Rover, heading into a lovely area called St. Stephen's Green, now leaving the Georgian area of Dublin City behind us. It's a great area to explore. Lots of places here. First off, St. Stephen's Green Park on your left. Beautiful park with duck ponds, playgrounds, very peaceful, and of course free admission. Left-hand side is a statue of Theobald Wolfetone, the founder of the Society of United Irishmen. Coming in on your right-hand side is the 200-year-old Shelburne Hotel, whose guests have included John F. Kennedy, the great United States President of America, JFK, Laurel and Hardy, Charlie Chaplin, Princess Grace of Monaco, Clark Gable, John Wayne, the list just goes on and on. Straight ahead you can see St. Stephen's Green Shopping Centre. That's an indoor shopping centre with a food court on level 2, and it has Grafton Street right beside it. That's the main shopping district on the south side of the city. That street your right hand side is called Kildare Street, where the National Museum of Archaeology and the National Library are located. Both are free. You're also a 5-minute walk from O'Donoghue's, your last call for the traditional Irish music bar. It's just right behind us. About a 5-6 minute walk back. Stop number 7 here for St. Stephen's Green. St. Stephen, of course, was the first martyr for Christ, so this place is named after him. Here we go for a very nice time in St. Stephen's Green.
Okay, that's who you got. This one's called Home by Home. Go play.
How well who would be a sailor lad sailing on the main? The game never will of the captain's the name. He came ashore one evening for the sea, and that was the beginning of my own trust and me. And it's home, boy, home. Home I like to be, home for a while in the old country, where the oak and the ash and the bunny run free are all a growing green in the north country. Well, I asked her for a candle to light me ways ahead, likewise for a handkerchief to tie around me head. She tended to me knees and like a young maid ought to do. So then I said to her, now won't you jump and whiskey too? And it's home, boys, home. Home I like to be, home for a while in the old country, where the oak and the ash and the bunny rose tree are all a growing green in the north country. But she jumped into the bed and makes it go around. It's the young sailor lad who just to her no harm. I hugged her, I kissed her the whole night long, till she wished the short night had been 7 years long. And they home, boys, home. Home I like to be, home for a while in the old country, where the oaks and the ash and the bunny rose tree are all a growing green in the north country. While early this morning we'll sail around the road, and in some merry they come through a handful of gold. They take this, me dear, for the damage that I've done, but tonight I fear I'll get you in the door to burn the sun. And it's home, boys, home. Home I like to be, home for a while in the old country, where the oak and the ash and the bunny rose tree are all a growing green in the north country. And it's the girl's child sent her out to learn, the gold in her pocket and the silver in her purse. It's to be a boy shining where the jacket blue, and we're climbing up the rigging like the back and used to do. And it's home, boy, home. Home I like to be, home for a while in the old country, where the oak and the ash and the bunny rowan tree are all a growing green in the north country. And so come all of you from Eden, the warning sent by me. Never let a sailor lad an inch above your knee. I trust the one, and he big I'll be. He left me with the parrot whence the danger lost me knee. And it's home, boys, home. Home I like to be, home for a while in the old country, where the oaks and the ash and the bunny rowan tree are all a growing green in the north country.
Ja, ik vind Luke Kelly echt het leukste. Die heeft die vrolijke stem. Ik ben ook benieuwd of we langs zijn geboortehuis gaan rijden. Ik denk dat ik wel een heel mooi park is hoor. De park denk ik. Ik denk dat het een park is. Wat het niet doet, maar het is wel mooi.
Ik moet denken aan film niet alleen Dalmatiërs. Dan lopen ze op een gegeven moment ook door zo'n
Was dat een Ierse film dan? Is dat een Walt
Volgens mij
Disney?
is dat er inderdaad in Engeland
Oké.
gesitueerd. Zeg maar.
Ja. Maar ik vind wel dat je een heel leuk beeld zo krijgt van de film. Ja. Ik vind het een hele gemoedelijke stad. Toch op de een of andere manier. Ja.
Ja, als je op een 3 meter pub hebt, ja, dan moet je ook wel vrolijk zijn.
Ja.
En kan het.
Dit is de Town I Love So Well. Die is speciaal voor hem geschreven. Voor Luke Kelly.
Dat is toch die
Dirty Old Town. De Town I Love. Oh, kijk. Ja, dit is Dirty Old Town. Wat?
Hij schreef televisie. Zoals de Town I Love, die weet ik ook niet.
Nee, ik dacht het niet.
Nee.
Maar het was wel een enorm.
Okay, you're very welcome along. Those who just joined us onto the big bus. I'm your
Hij
driver.
deed
My
niet
name
zomaar
is
even
Lee.
een liedje.
We're taking a right-hand turn into a street called Dawson Street. Now get your cameras ready if you want to take a picture of the Lord Mayor of Dublin's house, Mansion House, a building built in the 1700s. Here it is coming in view on your right-hand side. Now, the Mansion House. There it is. Isn't that nice? But beside Mansion House on the right still is the Fire Steakhouse Bar. It's called Fire because that's exactly what your credit card will be on should you choose to dine in there. Left hand side is the Golden Gorilla. There he is in the window. He looks nice, doesn't he? I have no idea why he's there. He just looks very cool, I think. On the left, the Golden Gorilla. Yes. Left hand side is a very nice bar, restaurant, and nightclub. It's called Cafe Insane. Because of the prices there, we call it Cafe Insane. Right hand side is a church with a red door. That's called St. Anne's Church. That's where Bram Stoker was married, the author of Dracula. He was married to a lady in there called Florence Malcolm. She was the ex-girlfriend of Oscar Wilde. Right hand side is the Ivy Restaurant. Then left hand side is Marco Pierre White Restaurant, famous celebrity chef there. So you got lovely restaurants on either side of the street here. Coming in on your left hand side is a famous bookstore. It's called Hodges and Figgis. It's the oldest bookstore in Ireland and the fourth oldest bookstore in the world. That bookstore is older than that great document in the United States of America called the Constitution. It's also older than Ireland's Constitution because that was not drafted up until the 1930s after the War of Independence. Drafted up in the Shelburne Hotel, which we passed by a little earlier.
Ja, ik was inderdaad dit is niet de Town I Love So Well. Is volgens mij speciaal echt voor hem geschreven. Dat dacht ik.
Hij kan het ook zo mooi vertolken. Hij kan het ook echt mooi vertolken.
Okay, my friends, here we are back in the area known as College Green. On the right hand side is the west gate entrance of Trinity College. Now the building straight in front with the large pillars and no windows is the old Irish Parliament building. It is now part of the Bank of Ireland. Does anybody know why this building has no windows? Anybody at all? No. That's okay. Due to the window tax, the very high tax on glass.
Yeah,
For those who just joined us, a very, very high tax on glass in the 1700s. So this is their way of saving money by taking out the windows completely. so they wouldn't have to spend any money on glass tax. That's where the term daylight robbery came from. They say once you put your money in there, it will never see the light of day ever again. Now that building was the inspiration behind the US Capitol building and the British Museum in London. It was actually built in part by the great master architect called James Gandon in the 1700s.
Ja, ik heb hem niet verbaasd. Ja, ja. Alle hier, toch?
Okay, straight ahead you can see the statue of Daniel O'Connell in the distance. Still has that seagull on his head. Left hand side you can see an entry point into the Temple Bar district. Now stop number 8 is next on the tour. This is for Temple Bar. It's also for the Molly Malone statue. Now remember, they say if you kiss the Molly Malone statue, you'll get the look of the Irish. They also say if you kiss an Irish man, you'll get the look of the Irish. And I'm going to play a song now by the Dubliners. It's called Molly Malone. Well, we make our way around to our next stop, stop number 8. It's going to be from Molly Malone, Pacino's Restaurant, where you get a 2-for-1 meal deal with the hop on, hop off ticket. And also Temple Bar, Trinity College, and the Bank Restaurant. Here is Molly Malone. Sing along if you know the words to this famous Dublin song by the Dubliners.
In Dublin's fair city, where the girls are so pretty, I first set my eyes on sweet Molly Malone. She wheels her wheelbarrow through streams broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She was a fishmonger, I'm sure 'twas no wonder, for so were her father and mother before, and they both wheeled their barrows through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive,
Okay, you're very welcome along. Those that just joined us onto the big bus. I'm your driver. My name is Lee. We're going to move along now. Now on your right hand side is Dublin's cultural headquarters. It's called Temple Bar. Temple Bar gets its name from a gentleman called Sir William Temple. He was a landowner around here and a provost at Trinity College in the 1600s. Now, if you look into Temple Bar on your right hand side, an area opens up. You'll see a big square building. There it is on your right. That was once the Central Bank of Ireland. Now, the headquarters of the Krispy Kreme donuts. What the hell is going on in this one? I think our next stop is going to be for Dublin Castle. Now, Dublin Castle is not actually a real castle. No, sir, the real castle burned down in the year 1684. Now, this was a headquarter for a British rule in Ireland for over 700 years. But the Irish government took back control in 1922 after the War of Independence. This is where you'll find the Chester Beatty Library Museum. So it's more like a visitor centre, and well worth the visit. We're going to pull in now to stop number 9 for a very deceivingly named Dublin Castle. Free admission, worth the visit. Stop number 9. Now, on your right hand side, you'll see the Olympia. One of the most famous theatres here in Dublin City, the Olympia. Now, keep your eyes on the left if you want to see the main entrance to Dublin Castle. Now, here it is coming in on your left hand side, right about now. There it is on the left, the main entrance to Dublin Castle. Now, the building on the left hand side with 6 pillars is called City Hall. Built in the 1700s, that was a royal exchange or financial hub in the city for the British Empire. And once we go past City Hall on the left, you'll see the courtyard entrance of Dublin Castle, and then we're going to be pulling into our next stop, stop number 10. Last chance for Dublin Castle and Temple Bar.
Temple Bar. Yeah, for Mayo.
I thought about a fellow who was born in town, in school, what happened.
Maar de is
Yeah, yeah.
seems to be
Yeah.
In my memory, I will always be the town that I loved so well, where our school played ball by the gas wall, and we laughed through the smoke and
Okay, my friends, we're heading up towards the Almighty Christ Church Cathedral. Now, this cathedral was built in the year 1030 by a Viking. His name was Sihtric Silkbeard. What a name. Heard that name about 1,000,000 times. I'm still very, very impressed. Sihtric Silkbeard. Now, it was a wooden structure when this guy built it in the year 1030, but then it was rebuilt in the 1100s by the Normans, which is the stone structure we see today. Now, this street here right outside of this junction is called Fishamble Street. It's the oldest street in Dublin City. It's over 1,000 years old. This is where actually Handel's Messiah was first performed in the year 1742. Now, Handel's Messiah is the world famous Hallelujah song by the master composer George Friedrich Handel. And he used the choir of Christ Church Cathedral and St. Patrick's Cathedral to sing in his Messiah, which took place down that street, a place called O'Neill's Music Hall in 1742. Now, just up ahead, we're going to see the Blinia, the interactive Viking museum, which is right beside Christ Church Cathedral. And in there you can find out how the Vikings lived, you can discover artifacts from excavational digs, and at the end you can climb a lovely tower called St. Michael's Tower. You get a lovely view of the city centre, a nice panoramic view. Now you can't do them separately, I do recommend doing them together. That's Christ Church and the Blinia, to get the full experience about how the Vikings ruled Dublin and built Christ Church. The Vikings first came here in the year 841. They were pagans mostly at the start, but then they converted to Christianity. And by the year 900, almost all Vikings were converted to Christianity. And that's a great testament to St. Patrick, who came here in the 5th century. So there it is on the right hand side, the magnificently blessed structure. Take a picture if you like. It's Christ Church Cathedral. And once we get to the lights, guys, we're pulling into stop number 11. Now if you want to go say a few prayers or walk around in peace, you won't get a better place than the Almighty Christ Church. Coming up next. Okay, my friends, we're going to be heading towards St. Patrick's Cathedral, the largest cathedral in the country, also the national cathedral. Now, this is the exact location where the great man himself, St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland, where we get the day St. Patrick's Day. Well, he was here in the 5th century, baptizing thousands and thousands of pagans here into Christianity. This cathedral was built in the year 1220 by the Normans. If you look to the left, you'll see St. Patrick's Park. Right in the middle of that park is a fountain. Archaeologists have confirmed that the well underneath that fountain does date back before the 5th century. And coming in on your left, you're going to see a blue door on the cathedral, the colour St. Patrick's blue, the official national colour of Ireland, not green. Also, St. Patrick himself, he wasn't even Irish. He was from Wales. Now, before we turn into the Holy Ground, if you look over on your left, you can see the Cathedral Choir School. It's the oldest choir school in the world. Those guys actually sang in that world premiere of Handel's Messiah, the world famous Hallelujah song. So hallelujah, here we go. Just like Christ Church at the top of the hill. Walking through those doors, my friends, make no mistake, you will be very, very blessed. Stop number 12 for the Holy Ground, St. Patrick's Cathedral. Okay, you're very welcome along, those of us joined us from the Holy Ground, St. Patrick's Cathedral. And we're going to move along now in a few moments, guys, so say a quick prayer if you like, and we'll make our way. I'll say a prayer for everyone on the bus, and a nice and safe throughout their travels in Dublin today. How about that? Left-hand side is the statue of a gentleman called Benjamin Lee Guinness. I really like his middle name. He was a member of the Guinness family, of course. He helped put the restoration money in towards St. Patrick's Cathedral. Some people say that's why he looks so sad there. He's looking at the bill and wondering, how's he going to pay for it? Left-hand side is the graveyard of the cathedral. Now, a famous writer is buried in here. A gentleman by the name of Jonathan Swift, author of Gulliver's Travels. Next up on the left is Marsh's Library, Dublin's oldest, dating back over 400 years. Marsh's on your left-hand side. Okay, now my friends, if you look to your right, you'll see a red brick building. Now this here is the deanery of St. Patrick's Cathedral. And a famous dean once lived in this house. He was a gentleman by the name of Jonathan Swift, author of Gulliver's Travels. Now Jonathan Swift never meant for Gulliver's Travels to be a children's book. He meant it as a political satire about the downfall of mankind. Living in that house for over 30 years, he called this junction straight ahead of us the Four Corners of Hell. Because during his time there was a bar in every corner. You see, Jonathan absolutely hated alcohol, so he would definitely not approve of the next 3 stops on this turn. For Teeling's Whiskey Distillery, Guinness and Pierce Lyons Whiskey Distillery, known simply as the Golden Triangle. Now we crossed the Devil's Crossroads. We're now in the old whiskey distilling area of Dublin City called the Liberties. The next stop is Teeling's Whiskey Distillery. Okay, my good friends, heading up towards Teeling's Whiskey Distillery now. Founded here in the 1700s by a gentleman called Walter Teeling. Reopened up here in 2015. It's a brand new build. Now up here you can find out how whiskey is made. Then at the end of it, get yourself a nice cocktail in the world famous Bang Bang Bar. And the Bang Bang Bar is named after a gentleman called Thomas Dudley. And he lived around this area of Dublin City a few years ago. He would always carry a big golden key in his hand, and he would shoot all the buses saying, "Bang! Bang Bang!" Now Thomas Dudley was a few sandwiches short of a picnic, if you know what I mean. He wasn't the full shit. I think some of us cheesed it off his cracker. But he's a lovely guy, actually. Everybody loved him. He grew up watching cowboy and western movies. And when he jumped on the bus, everybody would go nuts. He would jump on and go, "Bang! Thomas Dudley is here, guys. The legend, the man himself. How are you doing, Thomas, me old friend? Bang, bang." Okay. Stop number 13 for Teeling's Whiskey Distillery on your left. And don't forget about the Bang Bang Bar. Bang! Bang, bang. Now you look to the right, you'll see brand new state-of-the-art student accommodations. But for me and Larry the Leprechaun here, we're very confused. I mean, why have they put student accommodations right next door to a whiskey distillery? It doesn't make much sense. But then again, this is Ireland. A lot of things don't make much sense here. So I'm going to play a song. This song I'm going to play is by the Dubliners. It's called The Mero, where they sing about all the many legendary characters that lived around this part of Dublin City, including Mr. Bang Bang himself. There's another legend that lived around here, and her name was Dancing Mary. Now all she did all day every day was dance up and down the street with a big smile on her face. Very happy lady, Dancing Mary. You can see this on YouTube. It's a very rare video. Type in Dancing Mary on O'Connell Street and watch this lady dance. Now see all those paintings on your right hand side there? They're all characters from famous stories in Dublin City. Now when we take the right hand turn, if you keep your eyes on the right, on the wall, you will see a painting of Bang Bang just around the corner with his golden key. There's another legend around here called the Hairy Lemon. Now this guy drank too much alcohol, he smoked too much tobacco, he actually turned yellow. He was very hairy, so they called him the Hairy Lemon. There was a guy around here called Johnny 40 Coats, because he used to wear so many unique jackets and coats, and there were so many of these characters. And then the song they sing about them, so listen out for this one, it's called The Mero. Listen out for Bang Bang. And look out for Bang Bang on the wall there on your right hand side when we take the turn. Here is The Mero.
buses with his golden key. Hey, hi, diddly, I out goes she. Me father was a snaker, and me mother loved a tan. She loved her ham and her sausages, and a soldier fancy man. Laura's up in Jacobs, and Mary's on the town. And I joined the Transport Union, and they said me nose was brown. And we all went up to the Barrow. Hey, now who's your man? It's Alfie Wooden out walking, you hate a decent man. Bang bang shoots the buses with his golden key. Hey, hi, diddly, I out goes she. I'm a tanner for the Barrow, and me come for money's dead. If Mary's in the family way, she can blame the Cisco kid. I be laggers in the morning.
Hoe oud zijn Riet en Kees eigenlijk? Je zei dat Riet en Kees al behoorlijk oud waren, maar hoe oud zijn zij dan?
Me uncle had a wolfhound that never had to pee. Was he 11 snatched it down on Eden's Key. Now they have me primo.
Nog ouder.
He's capping
Oh,
up in the
oké.
blue. For helping the black babies and Dolly
Maar
from
Kees
the
kan
tail.
haast niet meer lopen.
And we all
Ja.
went up to the Barrow. Hey, now who was your man?
Hij is
Brothers being out.
heel erg
Jesus
ja.
in your man.
Maar ook voor Riet nu. En hun andere dochter, ja, die is bij het woont in Oosterbeek. Waar je ook... nee, Ooster? Nou,
Nee, Beek.
ja. En dat is op zich heel fijn, want ze hebben ook echt hulp nodig. Ze wonen veel te groot, ze hadden veel eerder moeten gaan verhuizen. Ze wonen nog steeds.
Okay, that was the sound of the Miro by the Dubliners.
Maar eigenlijk rond van...
It's your last chance to see St. Patrick's Cathedral coming in on your left hand side. The National
die heeft
Cathedral
wel
of
voor de
Ireland.
gebruiksaanwijzing. En die kan, nou dus nu, ik merk het ook wat, ja.
Ja.
Het kan ook nog te veel zijn.
Ja.
Maar goed, ze worden wel steeds afhankelijker.
Now, if you look on the cathedral on your right, you'll see a black and gold clock. The restoration money that went in towards St. Patrick's Cathedral was done by the Guinness family. So that's the way of putting their signature on the cathedral, the black and gold clock there. Don't forget about St. Patrick's Park. Coming in again on your right, where once again the great man himself, St. Patrick, patron saint of Ireland. Don't forget the day St. Patrick's Day. Well, he was here in the year 432, baptizing thousands and thousands of people into Christianity. This is a remarkable piece of Irish history right there on your
Maar die
right.
gaat dus nu weer goed hoor. Maar dat,
Ireland has
Ja.
3 patron saints, St. Patrick and St. Columkill, St. Bridget. Now next up on the right, a lot of red brick buildings. They're called the Ivy Trust buildings. They were built by the Guinness family to house the employees of Guinness. They were very luxurious at the time. This in 1901. The Guinness family took very good care of their employees. Guinness is one of the best places to work in Dublin City for a long time. We're going to be heading up there very soon, but first we're going to be pulling into our next stop. Stop number 14. This is your last chance to see that beautiful structure straight ahead called Christ Church Cathedral.
en welke store gingen wij eruit? Weet je dat? Nummer?
Zullen wij... Nee, de Trinity College hebben we gehad.
Ja?
Oh,
Maar ik dacht dat je nog een andere...
ja, misschien dat we...
Bij die Guinness.
Ja, nou nee, dat we hier bij de Hens even een kopje koffie kunnen.
Nummer 31. Ja.
kopje koffie.
Ja.
Zin in een kopje koffie?
Ja, ik denk het ook wel.
Of
Nee, ik heb nog geen koffie gedronken. Maar eentje die vind ik wel lekker.
Ja, kan wel.
Zo.
Thanks. See ya. Okay, my friends, let's go to Guinness. On the right hand side is a church called St. Orleans, built in the year 1190 That church has 800 years of consecutive church service. Very impressive. 800 years consecutively. Nice. Now we're going to be heading deep into the Liberties area of Dublin City. Now this area is called the Liberties because the people on this side of the old medieval walled city of Dublin didn't pay as much tax. Nor did they follow the rules of the city. The name still to this day, the Liberties, freedom from taxes. Now up ahead on your right hand side is a church of St. Augustine and St. John the Baptist with the tallest steeple in the city of Dublin. Up ahead on your left in the distance you can see a building with a heart logo. That's called Vicar Street. It's a music venue where famous musicians have played, such as Bob Dylan, Paul Simon, George Clinton, U2, Sinead O'Connor, Aslan, and many, many more. So there is Vicar Street on your left. That's the building with the heart logo there. Coming in on your right is a building with a blue door. It's called the National College of Art and Design. It was once called Powers Whiskey Distillery. Now coming in on your left, you're going to see a famous pub called Dudley's. It's named after a guy called Thomas Dudley. He had a nickname, and that was Bang Bang. So if you look to the left, you'll see a green and red
Good
pub
experience.
saying Dudley's. And look over the pub, you'll see the sign with the golden key on your left.
Actually, we're heading right now. Actually, what is heading right now?
Bang Bang. And once you make it to the next junction, my friends, we're going straight into Guinness territory.
Oh, no worries. Just like my voice is just totally gone. It's like totally
Now,
gone.
pretty soon we're going to see the townhouse of Arthur Guinness, where he lived with his wife Olivia and 21 children.
Yeah, like we're approaching
21 children.
Guinness, I think.
Guinness gives you
There you
strength.
go. Yeah. I don't know, that's true. Guinness gives you strength.
Now here it is coming into view on your left-hand side, a red brick building with a black door. That's the townhouse of Arthur Guinness. And right beside that on the left still is the old St. James Gate entrance to the Guinness with the stone arch. There it is on the left. Dates back to 1759. You see, 1759 was the year it all started for Arthur Guinness. And that was 64 acres.
Man, that's sweet.
Now, when Arthur Guinness was negotiating the lease for this land in 1759, get this, he negotiated a lease with the landlord, and that lease had a total of 9,000 years.
Well, actually, we're here in front of Guinness.
And that's an incredibly long time for a lease. I mean, he still has over 8,700 years left. And nowadays, the Guinness Storehouse produces 3 million pints of Guinness every single day. That's 2 million for export, 1 million to keep here in Ireland. But let's put that into perspective, my friend. 1 million pints of Guinness would last me and the crew in Big Bus here about 4 months. And now we're very close to the storehouse. You can actually see it coming into view now when we take the turn. And there it is, straight ahead, guys. Look, it's the Willy Wonka factory for big boys and girls.
That's true.
This is the heart of the Liberties. And once you make this left turn, we're going to be pulling in now to your favorite stop, Guinness. So go and have a Guinness for me, guys. I need one. And don't forget, if you're on TripAdvisor, give me a mention. I'm your driver, Lee. If you didn't enjoy the tour, well then my name is Susan.
Packed today. A lot of people waiting.
Loads of people there waiting to get into Guinness.
Yep. Luckily, we went yesterday.
So there's 2 lines there, guys. There's one for people who have their tickets already, and there's another line for the people who are just staying at the door. Stop number 15, Guinness time.
Yeah, so we're right here in front of the Guinness storehouse. Yesterday, my buddy and I, we came here, and it wasn't that bad. Actually, we just walked in, and we already had our tickets. But everybody's making a queue line here, waiting in line to get in.
friends are going to leave the storehouse pretty soon.
Here's the left
Now, if
side.
there's any movie fans on board today, they might recognize this place.
On this side.
See, this location was used to shoot a very popular Hollywood movie. Starring Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. It was called Far and Away. But for us Irish folk, we know this simply because it is Far and Away, the worst Irish accent we've ever heard in our entire lives. I think somebody better call Tom Cruise and tell him Irish people don't speak like this, Tom. This is more for the angry leprechauns. You see, crimes
Well, that's
were
really
committed
cute. Like
against the
literally
Irish
yesterday
accent
we
right
didn't have
here
one.
on
That
this
was
street.
Friday. That was yesterday afternoon.
Poor Tom sounded like an
Saturday's
angry
totally
leprechaun
different.
being beaten inside of a box.
Oh,
sure, I'm Irish. Whiskey and potatoes, top of the morning to you.
Check over here.
Tom, the leprechauns can't
We're gonna
hurt
go
you
this part.
anymore. Calm down. The one of the passengers shouted out to me a few weeks ago. They said, "Hey driver, Tom
Oh, it was
Cruise
so
is an
delicious.
angry
That was
leprechaun.
way better than
That's why you got the pie."
whatever beer I ever had.
And I said, "Well, fair enough, mate. I can't argue with that one. He is quite an angry
Yeah,
leprechaun."
the
isn't he?"
Guinness back home just tastes terrible, just way too bitter. But here's like that.
Now we're gonna get one
Nothing
last
like
chance
it
to see the
anywhere
tagline
else.
of Roger Guinness, where he lived with his wife, many children.
Yeah, it's
And also the St.
delicious.
James Gate
Yeah.
entrance with the stone arch. dating
Really
back to
enjoyed it. Yeah, it was amazing.
1759. So take out your cameras if you want to take a picture. You cannot get any more Irish than this.
Turning around.
Sitting right outside the old Guinness Gate in the heart of the Liberties, dating back to 1759. You've got the green light here, but I'm going to slow down in case anybody wants to update their gallery. There you go, take a snap.
Oh wow, they go this way.
Okay. Now, right hand side is a whiskey distillery called Roe and Co. What's the story here?
Whiskey. Huh?
Well, they're owned by Guinness. Everything here is owned by Guinness. 64
wow.
acres, remember?
Wow.
The next stop is from Pierce Lyons Whiskey Distillery. Now look on the right hand side, you'll see another church. That is not a church. That's the Pierce Lyons Whiskey Distillery. In an old church, the first of its kind and the only one in the world. And look at that church closely. On the right, you'll see that they took off the cross and the steeple on the top.
Oh yeah.
And they replaced that with a glass one. Because they were terrified that God was going to strike them with lightning for putting a whiskey distillery in the church. Because that church was actually struck by lightning. If you want to go have a whiskey in the church, this is the stop for you. I cannot guarantee that you won't get struck by lightning though. So say a quick prayer before you go in. Thanks. Thanks. See ya. Now, my friends, the next place of interest is coming into view on your right hand side in a few moments. It's probably where I'm going to end up after my tour guiding career. In the St. Patrick's Psychiatric Hospital. And this is Ireland's oldest psychiatric hospital. This was built using the leftover will money from Jonathan Swift, the Dean of St. Patrick's Cathedral and the famous writer. And when they asked him why he wanted to build it, he said no country needed it so much. So I'll say thank you very much, Jonathan, for my future home, coming up here in your 1 o'clock position. And look straight ahead, guys, from left to right, you'll see Dublin's tram system coming into view now, in operation. It's called the Lewis. Lewis is the Irish word for speed, and that's top speed right now going downhill. Speed, yeah. We call these things the snails on the rails. Now there's the psychiatric hospital with better view on the right. Right beside that place there's a rehab clinic, or dry out clinic behind those walls on the right. You know, the guys in Big Bus were totally confused. I mean, why would they put a rehab clinic right in the middle of Guinness and all the whiskey distilleries? I don't know. Well, we're going to leave this area known as the Liberties and head up to a place called Kilmainham. The next stop is for all things Kilmainham. Now you have the Royal Hospital Kilmainham,
Oh,
which
actually,
is no longer an active
it's a
hospital.
tour bus,
It's
not a
now been
regular
converted
bus.
into the Irish Museum of Modern Art.
The driver slash
And it's free admission in here.
tour guide.
Has a nice garden to explore. Now going through this place will lead you to Kilmainham Jail. The Kilmainham Jail is famous because this is where the 7 signatories of the Declaration of Independence were executed in 1916. The 7 signatories of the Declaration were Thomas Clark, Patrick Pearse, Thomas the revolutionary leaders of Easter Sunday 1960. Which is free, and also Kilmainham Jail, which is not free. You have to pay to get in there. The only jail in Dublin where you have to pay to get in. Stop number 17, who'd like to go to jail today? Thanks, guys. Thank you. Captain Lee at your service. Thanks, guys. See you later. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. See you later. Thank you very much.
I'm a sailor, you're my first mate. We signed on together, we coupled our fate. All the past treasure, no maps to guide us, we steered our own course. Rode out the storms when the winds were gale force. Sat out the doldrums in patience and hope. Working together, we learned how to grow. Life is an ocean, and love is a boat. In troubled waters, it keeps us afloat. When we started the voyage, there was just me and you. Now gather round us, we
A very, very nice song there by Christy Moore, who's a famous Irish folk singer. That one is called The Voyage. I really like that one. Now here is Euston train station coming in on your left. The busiest train station in Dublin City. It wasn't always called Euston Station though. It was called King's Bridge Station when it was built in the year 1844 by the British Empire. Now in 1916, a gentleman named Sean Euston was working in here. He was helping in the Easter Rising. But eventually he was captured, executed in Kilmainham Jail, just like the 7 signatories. When Ireland won independence, this station was renamed from Kingsbridge to Euston. That's the next stop on the tour. Now on the right hand side is a very lovely building. I like this one. It's called Dr. Stephen's Hospital. Built in the 1700s. That was an infectious and disease hospital. At the time, it is now the headquarters of the Health Service Executive, the National Healthcare System. Stop 18.
built it with care to last the whole trip. Our true destinations that mark the troubled waters and keeps us afloat. When we started the voyage, there was just me and you. Now, gathered round us, we have life is an ocean and love is a boat in troubled waters that keeps us afloat. When we started the voyage, there was just me and you. Now, gathered round us, we have
Okay, my friends, we are now on the north side of the city. We just crossed over the river Liffey, left the south side. We're heading into stop 19 now. This is from Nancy Hand's Pub. Now, in Nancy Hand's Pub, you will get a bonus freebie with your hop on, hop off ticket. You will get 1/2 glass of Guinness for free. Wow, a whole half glass. They really pulled out all the stops here, guys. So if you want to avail of this, all you gotta do is hop off the bus at stop 19 here, and trot on into Nancy Hand's, slam your big bus ticket on the counter, and they will present you with a teardrop of Guinness for free. Once you get through the lights, we're pulling in to Nancy Hand's. And they do have nice food at Nancy Hand's. Sometimes they play some traditional Irish music live. So stop 19 on approach. Okay, let's head up to the Phoenix Park. Phoenix Park is one of the largest walled city parks in Europe. 1,752 acres. By the way, there's Nancy Hand's on the right. That's the blue pub with the flowers hanging outside. And here's a little tip for you, my friends. If a pub has flowers hanging outside, that means that they serve food. And if they don't, they don't. The Phoenix Park is absolutely massive. You could fit Central Park of New York in here twice, or Hyde Park of London 6 times. This is the location of Dublin Zoo, and the American Ambassador's residence, and the President of Ireland's residence. That's called Áras an Uachtaráin. And the first time I seen this place, I said to my friend, I said, this place looks a lot like the White House in the United States of America. And my friend turned around and said, that's because the White House was modeled after the President of Ireland's house, right here in the Phoenix Park. And I said, no way, you're pulling my leg. He said, no, I am not pulling your leg, that's the truth. And I said, okay. Now coming on your left, you'll see a bike rental shack. That's a great way to explore the park if you don't mind doing a bit of cycling. Bike rental shack there, you know. Now coming in on the left, you're going to see the second tallest obelisk in the world. It's called the Wellington Monument. It's made in memory of a gentleman called Arthur Wellesley. And he defeated Napoleon in the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. As a matter of fact, you see all these gas lamps left and right hand side? This is all taken from melted down weaponry in the Battle of Waterloo itself. 1815. There it is on the left hand side, the Wellington Monument. The Duke of Wellington, Arthur Wellesley. He was quite an interesting guy. He was also the very first Irish-born Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. And not everybody knows that about him, because he wasn't very proud to be Irish. He was quoted as saying, "Just because one is born in a stable does not make one a horse." Okay, that was a little insulting, to say the least. But then Daniel O'Connell entered the chat and he said, "It might not make you a horse, my dear friend, but it does make you an ass." And that's Daniel O'Connell, the great liberator. He had a way with words, that guy. I really liked him. We're pulling in the stop 20 for Dublin Zoo. Now, Dublin Zoo has a very famous lion breeding program. A famous lion was born in Dublin Zoo that everybody on this bus knows. His name is Slas the Lion. Everybody knows Slas the Lion. Right? Right? No. Okay. But Slas the Lion is the lion that roars at the start of every MGM movie. So the next time you watch an MGM movie and you hear the lion roar, listen out for his thick Dublin accent. Stop number 20 for all things Phoenix Park, including the 600 wild deers that are roaming around this park. They're called fallow deers. If you want to go try find all the Bambis, this is the stuff for you. I'm going to play a song by Ireland's biggest rock band, U2. My favourite one is called I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For.
Deep out of the clouds. I'm trying to get my camera in focus. Darn, what is it? 2:30. Actually have two cameras rolling at the same time. I have the streaming camera and then you have a regular it's like an Osmo Pocket. You see the reflection right there. The reflection from the glass. I'm just gonna stay in Dublin for actually, because tomorrow I leave for Rome. So I'm gonna stay here and then, so we leave in the morning. So unfortunately we won't be able to get to the country.
You want to start with Jameson or you want to go back to what is the next?
And that was the sound of U2, Ireland's biggest rock band. Still haven't found what I'm looking for. My favourite U2 song. It's a very nice one. Now once we get past the snail on the rail, we're going to be going through the quays. You'll see a small little park on your left hand side if you want. Now in the park you'll see a statue sitting in the pond on your left. It's called the Anna Livia statue. named after the famous Irish writer James Joyce in his book called
Yeah,
Finnegan's
so
Wake.
unfortunately, yeah, we're just gonna stay here
People
today.
around here refer to
Full
that
day
statue on
today,
your
and then
left
tomorrow we
as the
leave early for Rome.
in the jacuzzi.
Or to our next destination. I just want to keep that.
Right outside is Guinness
Kinda like
again,
a
all
surprise.
64 acres, located in the Liberties area of South Dublin.
Get the cats out of the back.
The River Liffey divides the city into two, north and south. Left-hand side is a military museum called Collins Barracks, named after Michael Collins, the Revolutionary Irish soldier, and it's free admission. Remember, anywhere you
Yeah,
see
so
the
it's a
word
bus
national
tour,
in front
so
of the museum or gallery,
yeah, so
then
get them
stop
playing
the
all the
Irish
different
government and free
Irish
tickets.
songs or Irish
Step number
music,
22.
bands,
Anybody for step 22?
everything Irish here.
This is James.
Hey, team, I'm
Now, coming in
gonna
on the right-hand side, you're going to see the
gonna
James
stop.
Joyce Bridge. That's the white
I'm gonna
bridge
put
there coming in
the
on your
stream
right
on
now.
hold for a minute. I'll be right
Now, the
back.
far side of that bridge on your right is a red brick building with a black door. That's actually where James Joyce himself lived for many years, before he moved to Switzerland, where he spent the rest of his life.
All right, we're back. Well, for now, I'm here taking some videos. Our next stop is gonna be at the Jameson. I don't know if they allow cameras or any kind of streaming. Most places here, they don't take streaming, or especially like in private property like that. Well, hopefully you're still on, Fonzie. I know it says, yeah, have fun, take care. Ooh, it's really nice over here. Oh, try to get my cable over here wrapped around. Let me take this off. There we go. That's much better. Yeah, so we're about like a block away or half a block away from Jameson. My buddy went to check it out, see how's it going. Oh, you're still there? All right, cool. Yeah, so I'm here by one of those stops, those metro stops, or transit stops. Yeah, I just put the camera on the stream on pause until I got out of the bus. And we're here probably like half a block away from the Jameson Distillery factory. You can see my voice is totally gone. I can't even talk if I wanted to. Plus this weather, it's been like messing around with me so much. You know, I come from a hot destination and cold, hot, cold. But yeah, it's a beautiful day right now. Yeah, that's what I need. I think I need some Jameson to help me with my voice, and then later on some Guinness to soothe it down. Right. So once I get back on the bus, I'll restart the stream again. So I don't know how long it'll take. They said the tour is about 45 minutes. Well, we'll see. My buddy went to see if there's any tickets available right now, or see anytime soon. So right now my time is 12:38. I don't know if you can see it. Here we go. Yeah, so this is where I'm at, right here at a train station or metro station or light rail, whatever they call it. I'm just going around back and forth while I'm seated down here. Bunch of seagulls, that's what I've been hearing all day. I don't know if you can hear that. I don't see them, but I hear them. Yeah, that's what I hear. I don't know if you hear them. I see them. I see one flying. I don't know if you can hear it right there. There's another one. Oh, that one just went by in front of me right there. Yeah, seagulls. Yeah, I don't see them anymore. They're like flying around. But I just heard a big flock of them. One a pigeon right there. Oh, that kind of makes sense. Yeah, if you live like 1 mile from the coast, yeah, you're gonna see them everywhere. Probably want to get into your house. Yeah, we're like a few miles away from the coast. I know there's like a river just like runs like right in front of my hotel. Oh, my buddy's over here. Let me see what he tells me right now. What's going on? That's the one right there, right?
Yeah. So it's like a little area. You go in. There's the main entrance to go in for the tour, and then your right hand side before there's a souvenir stand.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Jameson's, right? Like
Yeah.
Jameson souvenirs.
Stuff,
Just
yeah.
like, but not as big like Guinness, right?
It's big though.
Yeah, like Guinness.
Oh
was
no.
big.
Yeah, but it's a souvenir stand. It's big.
Yeah.
It's not as big as Guinness.
Not big as Guinness. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I
that would be
thought.
nice.
Yeah.
So if you wanna go, we can go.
All right. Alright guys, so I'm gonna end the stream for now. So I'll be back later once our the tour at Jameson is over. So see you then. Everybody take care. Bye for now.